Hello! Today I'm sharing with you guys a tech that I've come up with to make your combo decks and any deck really more consistent. But before I get into that, I just want to explain something about how energy works in this game. So when you're in your deck customizer, pick which energies are available in the deck. Now this is really going to be important for this. You don't need to know too much, just by default it will select all the energies of cards that are in your deck, but for this you're going to want to deselect grass, and I'll explain that in a second. And then once we deselect grass, we can see it's only electric and water in this list, but whatever list you put this into, it will select grass for you, and then you can deselect it. So what is this tech? Well, Caterpie has an ability called Find a Friend. It will, for a generic energy, which is really important, will draw a grass type Pokemon from your deck. Now this is really good for deck thinning, which is why I'm running it in this list in a combo deck. If we play Caterpie on 1, if we're going second, we can activate the ability, either drawing Metapod or Butterfree, and we can activate it again next turn to draw the other one, basically drawing 2 cards from our deck and guaranteeing we have a Butterfree. Really strong. Now for this, we're only going to be running 2 other grass type Pokemons, the evolution of Caterpie of Metapod and Butterfree. Metapod also has an ability, Bug Bite. It's not important, it's too generic. Sometimes you might do this, but you're almost never committing that energy to him. And then Butterfree has an ability that is what we really care about. Powder Heal. It's a potion across all of your Pokemon. But how are we utilizing this in this list? Well, I'm running it in the best combo list in the game right now, a Dragonite list. Dragonite has an ability called Draco Meteor, which does 200 damage for 4 energy, 1 water, 1 electric, and 2 generic. This ability does 200 damage split across all of the opponent's Pokemon randomly in increments of 50, meaning you can do all the 200 to 1, or you can do 50 to 1, 50 to 1, 50 to 1, 50 to 1. You get the idea. We are stalling with our cards like Cloyster and an evolved Butterfree. Cloyster and Butterfree have some really good synergies. We can get Shelter down and evolve it into Cloyster and develop into our Butterfree. And Cloyster takes 10 less damage because of his ability. Butterfree heals for 20, making a really strong front line while we develop energy on our Dragonite. I have a few games demonstrating this if you just want to get straight into it, but the deck thinning from Caterpie really aids our ability to get our Dragonite up and running more consistently. We also have Meowth as another version of deck thinning. I've contemplated cutting this. You could cut it for another version of Dragonite. I do not have a second copy at the moment, but that would be a really good call. And as for the trainer cards, they're very standard. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If there's anything that's confusing about them, just ask. And I have some really good games for you. I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. It really sucks. I've been having really great games today, but everyone's conceding as soon as I get a little bit of a lead. This is an amazing hand. Getting the Caterpie on turn 1. Sadly, we're going first, so we don't get the draw, which is really what we want, but we don't mind. We'll get it on turn 2. It'll draw the Metapod or the Butterfree. You only ever commit 1 energy to it. It lets you retreat. And, excuse me. Get the draws. That's a honestly really good draw. It means that we are guaranteed to get the Butterfree off Find Your Friends. Second Dragonite's not what we want, but it's deck thinning. It would really suck if we got red carded here. As long as we don't get red carded, we're in a really great spot. Mewtwo EX, yeah, we expected that. As soon as you see a Ralts, there's going to be a Mewtwo not far behind. This is scary. We are very susceptible to this ability. We're stacking a lot of energy on our Dragonite, so having getting a lot of damage for energy is scary. But this is such a great position we're in. We could just start developing energy onto the Dragonite in the back line, but I really want to demonstrate the Butterfree play. So we're just going to Find a Friend and keep going. So this is great for us because Caterpie's not going to have any energy developed on it. I mean 1, but we're not going to be taking big hits from the Jinx. 120 health on the Butterfree. It'll heal itself for 20 each turn. It's pretty tanky while we develop the Dragonite in the backline and hopefully draw it soon. You know, we've thinned our deck by 3 with the Caterpie, 11 cards in deck. We're so scared of a red card. I mean, this deck is really susceptible to getting red carded. You can play around it by playing a little more aggro and like getting your Epos out early, but That's a perfect draw. That's exactly what we needed. The beauty of deck thinning. So here we're gonna commit the Metapod. We're gonna evolve this. I think this is better if we get Sabrina'd. We just want to have the, you know, kind of tanky health in the backline. We don't want to get one shot out of nowhere by a Mewtwo. Lets us survive one hit. We're not gonna play a red card now. Play around a red card now. That's interesting. I haven't seen Abra included much into this list. It could be a tech, you know, into kind of Dragonite decks. These decks are putting a lot of energy on cards. The final version of Abra has the ability that hits more for higher energy. So we're living here, only hitting for 50. We get the Butterfree. Luckily, Butterfree retreats for 1. So we actually go down there. It messed me up a few games ago because it's 2 on the second stage and then back to 1. In my brain, it's just 1 the whole time. Really good spot. We just need we need time to develop our energy, which we don't have. Wish we went first. We'll do the free potion and then chill. We're not in threat of getting Gardevoir to get the 150. This is a really rough spot. Yeah, we have the Butterfree, so we're kind of chilling. Yeah, we're just gonna wait. Next turn, we go to 3 on the Dragonite. This is, you know, we're drawing the Cloyster. Next turn, which does nothing for us. Our draws are kind of dead. Get hit for 50, go down to 40. They didn't put energy, they put it on the Abra. Very interesting. I don't know why they would do that, to be honest. Because we just heal. Put an energy on this. We don't have to be scared of the 150. Abra just has teleport. Even if he evolves it, it's not dealing... Is it dealing more than 60? I forget what it does. Ugh, I should know this. I'm just going to potion it. I don't think we need to be scared, but there's no reason not to. We don't need to save it for the Dragonite, especially because we are already, you know, dying to 2 hits. We're going... If we get hit by the 150, we're still going down to 10. Healing for 20 or 40 doesn't really change that break point. Okay, now he's developing the Mewtwo. I don't know why he didn't last turn. I feel like putting energy on the Abra was a little bit silly. But this is the big turn we've been waiting for. We retreat this. And this is what's so great. Butterfree can heal from the back line, which is just so crazy. We're going to pop this. I don't think we need to play the Meowth. I think we're just going to Draco Meteor and Prey. If we could take out the Ralts, that'd be amazing. 100 damage on the Mewtwo is so good. It cuts off their energy generation. If we get hit for 150 this turn, we're still in a really good spot. We have the Butterfree healing for 20. We have a potion for 20. They're hitting for 50, so, I mean, we go up to 60 health. No, we only go up to 50 health. Oh, I shouldn't have played that potion on the Butterfree. He said it wasn't going to come back to bite me. And then it did. We'll see, though. Will my misplay lose us the game? Let's hope not. I mean, if we just hit 1 hit on this Mewtwo EX, we win. But it was a definite misplay. They're really thinking. I don't know if they're thinking about switching or... I mean, if they don't go for the side drive here, we're in a commanding lead. Oh, they just conceded. No one will let me do the combo to them. Everyone's retreating today. It's so frustrating, but that was a perfect example of how Butterfree can really add to this combo without running any grass energy in your deck. Great hand. I love getting the Shellder out early. Pokeball and Professor's Research with the second stage of Dragonite. It's a very good hand. Opponent is really thinking. I hate going first. I have really never had a game where it's felt good going first. Just being behind on energy is so bad, especially when you're playing a deck like this where you need to stack up 4 energy. It's just really, really brutal. We're going to Pokeball first before the professor's research. Try to narrow down our draws. Meowth is kind of the worst one we could draw here. But hopefully we get the Caterpie or the Dragonite. Butterfree's not bad. Second Pokeball is actually quite good. Gives us a shot to hit one of the basics we need. Caterpie is great. We have the full Butterfree evolution, which is just going to give us a free potion every turn. Hopefully we don't get red carded. Red carded would really mess up our plans right now. But as long as that doesn't happen, feeling pretty good about this game. Would love a Cloyster draw. Yeah, the Peck being weakness is actually really bad for us. We would really love a Dratini here. The Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite line is so confusing to me. I think I've messed up the names like 3 times today. So they're dealing 40. We could double potion here, which feels like a waste to me, but I don't know what we're gonna swap into. So I think I am gonna double potion. We live one more turn. It's not the worst thing possible. We almost never put energy on the Shelter just because we kind of are using it as a sack. And it lives really well, especially when we get our Butterfree online and get it to stage 2 because it takes 10 less damage. We're healing it for 20 a turn. It's hard for a lot of Pokemon to get through that, especially early. They obviously are playing an electric deck, so they have advantage against us. That's an amazing draw. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so we get the Butterfree trigger. We get the Dragonite energy. It really sucks that Misty doesn't work on Dragonite, because any kind of energy acceleration would be amazing. Sadly, there's no way to accelerate energy onto a Dragon-type Pokemon yet. Hopefully someday. I've been having so much fun playing Dragonite decks. Draco Meteor is just kind of the coolest attack in the game right now. There's a lot of big hitting attacks, but it's one of the only wide-ranging ones. Some of the decks that just hit backline Pokemon are kind of fun in that way, where you get to, have more choice in targeting. I guess Dragonite is kind of the opposite of that. No choice in targeting, but you're hitting for like 200 damage, right? So many games I've won off just like accidentally deleting 3 backline Pokemon or deleting their frontline and backline and they run out of Pokemon. Goodbye, Shelter. I think here we're switching into the Butterfree just because it can take a few hits. It's going to be healing itself for 20 each turn. We don't want to risk the Dragonite before it's got all its energy. Obviously, we never can attack with Butterfree, which is, not the best, but it's part of the deck, right? It really helps with our draws, especially when we get Caterpie out early and we can thin our deck by 2 cards. It's kind of like running a second Meowth, but like a targeted Meowth. That's good. A lot of their backline Pokemon are pretty susceptible to our Dragonite play. Really wish we had an X speed in our hands so we could retreat the Butterfree for free. Instead, we're going to have to take 2 hits on it because we can't commit an energy to it and attack with Dragonite this turn. A little bit awkward, but not the worst. They missed all of the heads. That's insane. That's actually so crazy for us. Let's go. Wow. Yeah, really bad draw. But we're kind of chilling. So we're really hoping that the Dratini or the Dragonite kills at least one of their backline Pokemon or fully kills their Zapdos. It's a little risky if they evolve to... Oh, that's annoying. It doesn't change the math though because it's still 2 hits kills that. It was already 2. As long as they don't go over 100 on any of the backlines, I think we're good. Yeah, Raichu, which is the Pokemon, or which is the Pikachu evolution, is only 100 health, and I think Voltorb is only... I think it's less than 100. I don't actually know what it is off the top of my head. The Zapdos is the most annoying part of their game plan right now. They could just kill our Butterfree, which would really suck if they ever decide to flip Okay. They're not going to kill it. Well, only one head. So they're getting extremely unlucky. Which is good for us. So, free retreat. Just a turn too late, but it is okay. So I'm going to use... I won't use it. We have the energy to spare. We'll save it in case we need to retreat our Dragonite later. Get our Dragonite out. Use the heal to heal up to Butterfree. And this is what's so strong about Butterfree. You can still use abilities in the back line and just constantly get that healing. Okay, we need to take out at least one Pokemon. That is really good. Okay, we get the Pikachu out. We don't have to worry about the Raichu Lieutenant Surge threat. The Zapdos is so scary because if they flip 3 heads, we're just dead. I was kind of hoping that we would take out the Zapdos there, but this does mean that we do win the game off 1 EX kill, and they have 2 EXs on the boards, so we just have to get lucky. Either 2 hits on Zapdos or 3 hits on Pikachu EX. Stressful game. If they flip 4 heads, we're done. I don't think we come back from losing our Dragonite. Stressful. They had the heal. Okay. Don't flip heads. Just all tails would be great. Oh, no. They get 3. We live. We live. We're just barely living. 10 HP. So we either win or lose this turn. This is a crazy game. So Butterfree heals us for 20, which, you know, does nothing, but it makes us feel better. Yeah, I don't see any point in waiting. I'm just gonna take the gamble. Either we kill one of the EXs or we lose the game. And let's go. No, that's so tragic. One more hit on the Zapdos and we would have won. Yeah, so we lose. I don't think there's any way we come back from this. I'm gonna play it out just in case, but we're cut off from our Dragonite lines. We're cut off from Cloyster. We have Butterfree, but he can't attack, and Meowth is hitting for 10 a turn. So, I mean, this is a combo deck, right? So we didn't hit the combo, we lose. It's important to show these games. Combo decks sometimes just, you know, they miss the draw or they get unlucky. Playing Dragonite is really, you know, part of the cards. Gotta hit the right Pokemon. It's really tough, especially into a Pikachu EX deck where they go really wide and they have a huge board, so they're retreating? I guess they're going for the confirmed kill. Yeah, they're just going for the Pikachu kill. Oh, or the Voltorb kill. Either works. So we lose this and we lose the game, but I'm going to cut probably here to the end of the game, just so that you don't have to watch me slowly bleed out. But I want to demonstrate that, you know, this deck is really good, but combo decks are combo decks. Cutting back, we did lose. It was a close game. They really played their heart out. They were scared of our second Dragonite that we don't have because I haven't had the chance to open it yet. But yeah, sometimes you just don't hit the combo. Or we hit the combo, we just didn't hit the right Pokemon. Finally going second. I feel like all of our games today have been going first. Really not so good opener. We do have a Professor's Research, which kind of makes any opener better. Free draw 2 is just, you know, broken. But the second stage evolution is good. The Cloyster is good if we can get the, whatever the first version is called. Shelter, I think. This deck, I swear I made it to trip myself up on names. I can't keep Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite straight in my head. They all just blend together. We don't get the Evolve, but we get Energy first, which is always good. We're gonna see if we can't draw the Cloyster. Not the Cloyster, the Shelter. So many. The Caterpie is actually kind of a great draw. I wish it was in our starter so we could have developed it first, because we don't really want to take a loss on the Dratini. But I should have done that before committing my energy, because I could have switched into this and get the deck thinning, which would have been honestly really good. And I'm gonna still do it. We're just gonna have to commit energy next turn, which slows down our Dragonite, which sucks, but is alright. They're playing a very similar list. I think they're playing, you know, the Pidgeotto line, so they get the free Sabrina every turn. which I kind of don't like in this list. I was running Sabrina and I cut her entirely. There's the last stage of the evolution. That's amazing for us. You know, since we have that, we don't really need to deck them with Caterpie. And we're just gonna stack energy. I am a little nervous because if we don't hit the electric energy on the next turn, you know, the turn after, because we can see that next turn is going to be another water, we're kind of in a bad spot. I think I'm actually going to do the find a friend. It does delay us by 1 turn, which is risky when they're playing the same list. But I like this play because if we can develop a Butterfree that heals our whole board for 20, that makes us much more survivable into their Dragonite. And if their Draco Meteor doesn't... See, I don't get this play, right? Your Dragonite, which is your main hitter, is going to already be hitting backline. Why do you need the Pidgeotto? We're going to put in the Meowth to find Sack. Yeah, I just don't like this. I think they're a weird card to combo. Red card is really too late. We get the electric energy next turn. That's amazing for us. We're just gonna chill on this. Oops, not red card. Yeah, so we're in a really great spot. We have our full Dragonite developed. We're getting electric energy. Hopefully we can draw the Butterfree. That would be the best draw in our deck right now. We still have 1 Professor's Research left, I think. Do we? Do we get both? No, we still got 1 left. It's a dead draw. They're not attacking, they're just developing theirs as well, which is, you know, that's not bad at all. Okay, they're driving off, which is good. Okay. Yeah. This is a really good spot. This is gonna draw us our Shelder. There he is. Oh, that was a huge misplay. I should have waited to evolve. I forgot that he's 2 energy retreat at this stage and then 1 back to 1 on the final stage. So I should have waited, but you know, it was a little riskier not to because of the switch, but honestly a pretty big misplay because we don't get Draco Meteor off this turn. You know, I kind of regret in hindsight red carding because we know their hand was dead and this is not evolved at all. We still do get 2 turns, and if they drive off us this turn, we shouldn't have red carded. I was just autopilot and I didn't really think about it, so a little risky. But we get the retreat this turn. We get our first Draco Meteor. Hopefully we can take out the Dratini. If we get 2 hits on that, I mean the Dragonair. I'm gonna keep messing that up. Nothing will ever let me get these Pokemon right. They're so confusingly named. It's tough, right? Because I don't think that developing our backline is good into this deck, you know? That's 1 down. Sadly not the one we wanted, but it's still 1 point. They do get the Dragonite out this turn. If they have it. Which hopefully they don't. They do. That's not good. Free retreat into it. First Draco Meteor. We just need everything to survive. If we get 1 hit on everything, we're living. 2 hits on anything other than our Dragonite and it's dead. Drive off doesn't do anything. I don't understand. Because it's gonna... I mean, I guess if it doesn't kill, then I have to retreat it, but we're full energy on this, so it doesn't really matter. I guess just using the ability is fine. Ooh. 1 dead. It's honestly the worst one to die, because if we draw Butterfree now, we can't get the heals, which was, you know, kind of a good plan. But we have potions. We have the stage 2 evolution. Next Professors and the Butterfree. Sadly, it's dead, but let's get the Cloyster out. Get the energy on the Meowth. Retreat this. Okay. Now we just need to either kill the Dragonite, which would be the best, but we'd need 4 hits on that, or we kill both the backline Pokemon with 2 and 1, and we win. I'm gonna potion. Who's the best target to potion right now? This can get him over 2 hits, where our Dragonite is always gonna be at 2. So I think that's the best play. And then we're gonna just Draco Meteor and pray. That's kind of the name of this deck. Beautiful, that's game. Sniping the backline. I love this list so much for that. That was a really good demonstration. Sadly, we didn't get to show the Butterfree play, but you almost got to see it, and you got to see how we stalled into the Dragonite. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, there's another Pokemon Pocket video on screen.